Good day to you. Good day to you, friends. Brother Rob with you again. So, what I want to talk to today is, there are people, millions, if not billions of people, or in the over a billion, anyways. I think it's about 2 billion or so people claim to be a Christian in this world, which is about 25% of the population. But that's definitely less than that in who is actually a follower of Christ. Now, who actually is a follower of Christ or not, that's between Jesus and the person. But there are things that we can know about a person that would definitely indicate, to some degree or another, whether or not a person truly is a Christian. Now, one of the things that a Christian will not and cannot do is be a supporter of sin. So you got people that will be pro-abortion, pro-LGBT, pro-fornication, pro-choice, the pronouns in their bios on Twitter/X. So stuff like this, you can't be in support of sin and claim to be someone who follows Christ, because Christ condemns sin. And so you don't get to support what Christ condemns and then be consistent with your claim to love Jesus. Now, I know a lot of people who claim to love people that are LGBT. Now, I am also a person that loves people in the LGBT plus community, while at the same time standing in condemnation of their sin. And at the same time, I stand in condemnation of my own sin. I hate my sin. I hate lust. I hate aggressiveness. I hate hostility, pettiness, easily agitated, acting unkind or condescending. I hate all that crap about me. But I got to contend with it, and I got to be honest with it. But if I'm not gonna kowtow and excuse my own crap, I'm certainly not gonna excuse the crap of other people either. So it's about consistency, right? So whatever Jesus condemns, I'm gonna condemn. And if that offends you, I don't give a shit. I'm not here to please you, I'm here to please the Lord. And if my obedience to God offends you, so be it. I don't care. So you got to consider which Jesus are you following? Are you following the Jesus of the Bible, or are you following the Jesus of your own making and imagination, or some combination thereof? In my estimation and opinion, most people are following a Jesus of their own making and imagination, who's soft on sin, and this almost kind of Barney-like Jesus, where, oh, Jesus just loves me, and he understands me, and he knows what I'm going through, and we just kind of make Jesus like this pathetic beta male who wouldn't challenge a person, wouldn't hurt a feather, wouldn't hurt a fly. Rather, not a feather. You can't hurt a feather. And there's something deeply flawed, incomplete, and just wrong, horribly wrong about that picture of Jesus. No, I'm not saying Jesus would harm, but I'm saying that if we think Jesus wouldn't correct, doesn't have a sense of justice, doesn't condemn sin, doesn't condemn people living in self-righteous hypocrisy, doesn't, he called people children of Satan, of the synagogue of Satan, children of hell, sons of hell. He called people sons of hell, synagogue of Satan, children of the devil, whitewashed sepulchres, brood of vipers. Do you really think this is a Barney type of Jesus? Do you think Jesus is just it's okay, whatever society says? You really think that's what Jesus is like? You think so? Remember how many times that Christians like myself and others get accused of being self-righteous or judgmental. Oh, if you think I'm judgmental, wait till you meet our Maker. Whew. Man, you think I'm judgmental? You wait till you meet the judge of all judges. and see how much more judgmental you think God is, and God's judgments are all just. Yeah, so that's what I think. I think people have this idea that God will just give everyone a free pass. Like, really, do you think everyone should get a free pass in life? Just everyone gets whatever they want, and I don't want to get whatever I want. I mean, if I got what I wanted, I'd be in jail or dead, and I'd also probably have some sexually transmitted. What is STIs now? So sexually transmitted. I can't remember what the I stands for anymore. But it used to be STDs back in the day, sexually transmitted diseases. Oh yeah, sexually transmitted infections. That's the word, infections. And yeah, because if there was no God, oh man, I'd sleep around. I'd fornicate with as many women as I could if there was no ultimate accountability. Because one, I wouldn't go to jail for fornicating, and I know that's true because, well, I haven't, and there's no law that says I can't fornicate. The only thing, of course, is it has to be consensual, which for me it always is. I would never ever touch a woman against her will. We're hearing something absolutely insane that when you're having sex with a woman, you have to every 3 seconds. Are you still consent? Do you still consent? Do you know like how insane is this? Like, first of all, do you know anyone who has sex every 3 seconds? Do you still consent? Do you still consent? What? Do you still consent? Do you still consent? Kind of kills the mood. Not only that, you're not going to get women. Even women won't do that kind of shit. Like, a woman's not going to ask a guy every 3 seconds. Do you still women? The women don't want to be asked from a guy when they're making love to a guy every 3 seconds if they still consent. That's going to annoy them. Not only that, it's probably going to, like I said, kill the mood. But suffice to say, like I said, if there was no God, I'd probably be fornicating from now till I died. I'd probably be somewhat wise about it. I would use condoms because, well, otherwise you're just an idiot. But because I wouldn't want to get the girl pregnant, if the relationship is just gonna be sexual in nature and that's it. But the problem is, it's never ever just sexual in nature, is it? Because, well, sex bonds a person. Sex is a very bonding experience, especially for women. Sex is very bonding for women. It's for guys too, but I think more so for gals. And so I just want to, it's because I get kind of sidetracked here, but more or less, I just wanted to say, like, which Jesus do you worship? If you do think you're following Jesus, is it the Jesus that Catholicism teaches? Because I guarantee you that ain't the right one. Is it the Jesus that maybe your parents are cult? If it's the Jesus the culture currently perpetuates, I guarantee that ain't the right one. Or do you just believe in some form, some description of Jesus, maybe based somewhat both on conjecture, some in reality, and just some parental, familial, friendship, or cultural, some combination of those things? Is that the kind of Jesus you believe in? Or do you believe in the Jesus as he's been expressed, revealed, and expressed and revealed in the pages of scriptures, and more specifically the pages of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? So, which one do you believe in? And I'll just let you think about that, because the Jesus you believe in determines where you're going to spend eternity. So I seriously and strongly suggest you believe in the Jesus of Scripture.